Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. It is a here we go. Listen, people, this is what we wanted, right? We wanted movement, right? We wanted movement. We wanted these players out of here, right? And one of the big ones was definitely Marcus Rashford, right? And him finalizing that move to Barcelona, it is a huge, huge deal. This is why, all right? According to reports, it looks like Barcelona, they're going to cover 100% of his salary. Now, listen, the reports are also saying that he actually took somewhat of a pay cut. So his pay, what we know, I think it's around, it was around 300, right? 300K a week. So even if he took a pay cut, it's not going to be like he agreed to get paid like 100 or something like that, right? It's going to be significant, right? Still, that amount of salary on a weekly basis, it is out of our books. It means now that money can be used to do other business, right? Now, of course, big deal for Rashford. He advocated for this move, or you can say he manifested it. I'm using a word here by my boy KG, right? He said he manifested this because this is what he wanted. He wanted this move. He prioritized Barcelona, right? There was no other team that he was willing to talk to. This was also confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. He's saying there was no one else that he wanted to deal with. Those links with Juventus that we saw a couple of days ago, there was the story going on that Juve is going to rescue both freedom fighters, right? That was not true. You know, he was not talking to anyone else. He would only talk to someone else, another team, if once his team exhausted every move, and for sure it wasn't going to happen, right? So it's definitely a big deal for him going there. Now, of course, Rashford is a Manc, born and bred. He's one of our own. I remember Rashford making his debut, man. Right? I remember him making his debut, and so I saw him coming in, and now he's leaving. The way he's leaving is not ideal, honestly. You know, we wished he could have stayed longer. We wished he could have been able to perform better at the highest level. Now, I know the likes of Teddy Sheringham, right? He's not very happy right now, right? Because Teddy Sheringham was like, he didn't hold any punches, man. He was like, listen, this guy, we were talking about Rashford a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, right? He said, yeah, Rashford does not deserve to get a move, right? He said he does not deserve to get a step up, because Teddy Sheringham was like, listen, Barcelona move is a step up. So he was saying he doesn't deserve it because, you know, every player's dream, every young player's dream. Okay, these papers up here in the car, man, they kind of drive me crazy. All right, let me just remove those. All right, there's another paper here. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, there you go, much better. So yeah, so Teddy Sheringham was like, listen, this guy, he doesn't deserve a move to Barcelona, because every kid's dream is to play for your for a big club, and he got a chance to play for a big club, which is Manchester United, and he kind of threw it away, right? So Teddy Sheringham was like, nah, he shouldn't get a move. So right now, I'm sure this news today, Teddy Sheringham is like really pissed off, right? But you know, the news came by very quick during that game, Man United versus Leeds. You know, I was doing the watch along. All of a sudden, by halftime, I think early morning, we saw that there were some reports that Barcelona have submitted a bid, and it didn't take that long, man. After they submitted a bid, all of a sudden, Fabrizio gives us a here we go, right? And Hansi Flick had already greenlit him, obviously coming over to Barcelona. And Fabrizio Romano was saying that with the links of Luis Diaz not going through, the only option that Hansi Flick wanted in that forward positions was Rashi. Now, Luis Diaz, of course, they're saying that he was going to be too expensive, and getting him registered was going to be hard. So they didn't want to. They decided to go with the Rashford option, right? So kind of everything worked out, honestly, for Rashford. It worked out for us, right? Because again, he gets the move that he wants, and we get that huge chunk of his salary off our books, right? Which is that's what we wanted to do. And now, ideally, I know we needed the money, right? Ideally, we would like to sell him, but it's not possible right now, right? And so this deal, from what I remember, was it's going to be obviously 1 year with an option to buy, right? So it's not an obligation like Sanchellini. It's going to be an option, and if they decide to buy him next summer, it's going to be, I think, 30 million, right? So again, we shall see. Now, if I was Rashi right now, knowing that this is it, right? This is it. This is the move that you've dreamt with before. And, he has to take this with both hands, saying, listen, this is my second chance, right? If I'm going to make it to that England flight for the World Cup, I need to hit the ground running. I need to go out there and kill it. Like, you know what? You know, just kill it. Like, kill it on that field, right? Because this is it. Because if he gets sent back, right? If he goes out there, he acts like a big guy. You know, I am Marcus Rashford, man. You know, coming in there, they're not giving it his all, and they send him back. That will be a complete and utter failure. Because where are you going to go next, right? This, you know, again. So he's getting a second chance. You're coming from a big club, and you're going to another big club, right? So he has to kill it. So, you know, I know we're all going to be rooting for him, right? You know, because I want him to do well. You know, also for us guys, you know, it's going to give us a chance or a reason to watch the El Clasico, right? It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold versus Marcus Rashford. Come on, man. It's exciting, right? So it's going to give us a reason to watch the El Clasico. We have our own lad in Rashi out there. You know, definitely he's going to be starting, right? And I can imagine Rashi, the first day in training, comes in there, boom, he sees Rafinha. No, actually, he sees Lamine Yamal. You know, you can see that Rashi will be, you know, smiling and happy and stuff like that, because he did that interview. He said, yeah, man, Lamine Yamal is one of those kids like everybody would want to play with. So, I mean, listen, he has to do well. He has to do well. I don't think it's any chance he would not, because he also has a point to prove, right? Because he'd feel like, listen, I know Ruben Amorim and I kind of fell apart, whatever. This is my chance. I need to show that I can make that flight for the World Cup, because that's his ultimate goal, right? To make it to the World Cup and to do well, right? He got to do well. So yeah, this again, excellent news, honestly, today, right? From piggybacking from the Brian Mbeumo, here we go, yesterday, right? So talking about Brian Mbeumo, he was at Old Trafford today, doing first part of his medical. I think tomorrow we're gonna see the second part. You know, he's gonna complete the second part of his medical. And then, listen, we may get some pictures tomorrow, holding the shirt, signing, you know, and Mbeumo should be on that flight on Tuesday, hopefully, right? Because I think there's some visa issues. Yeah, talking about visa, man, he's coming to the States. You know, you gotta make sure things are straight, right? But yeah, big up to actually Ineos. They're making moves. That's what we wanted. We wanted outgoings. We got one. Now go and work on Garnacho, because Garnacho is our money maker, people. And then Anthony and the rest, right? We need them out, but we need that striker, Ineos. We need that striker. Let me know what's your striker choice. Is it going to be Sheshko? Is it going to be Mateta?